Feet hip distance. Standing tall. Take a big inhale and sweep up. Exhale into the heart. Take a couple more rounds. Inhale, sweep. Exhale into the heart. One more, we take a side bend to the right. Exhale, lengthen the left side of your core. Back to center, inhale, to your left. Back to center, long stretch up, inhale. Interlace the fingers in the back, exhale. Roll the shoulder blades together, start opening the collarbones, front of your shoulders. Take about 3 breaths. Lengthen the neck as well. See if you can keep the elbows straight. Maybe finding Kali Mudra. Pointing index fingers to the mat. Let's start folding. Big inhale, opening heart up. Bend the knees and gently, slowly drop head and shoulders. Lifting hands off the mat. Keep the fingertips together for a while if you can. Dropping little fingers towards the mat. This is the first stretching the shoulders. Please take it slow, easier. Turn the head side to side a couple of times, loosening your neck. And then bring the hands towards the mat, maybe the shin. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's start strengthening the back. Gentle fold. 2 more rounds. We are moving, we are loosening, taking our time, thinking about breathing. Last round. Grab the elbows on the bottom, swing side to side, generous bending the knees. Bring the hands onto the mat and heel toe the feet out so you can sit into yogic squat. Take your time to wiggle your bum towards the mat. And I'm moving side to side, transferring the weight into one leg or the leg if it feels nice. You might want to stay longer, higher. And then take a breath into long back, long neck, pressing knees outward. Revolving side lunge, right hand on the mat, step the right foot to the back. Right heel still pointing up to the sky, turning left toes out to the left side of the mat. Lift the left arm high so you're already twisting the spine. Stack shoulders. Long neck. Star pose, drop the right knee. Right heel to the bum pivot, push the left foot to the back. See if you can keep your left heel in line with your hip. To squeeze the glutes, tug the pelvis so your spine is long and you're not arching your lumbar spine. Feel free to stay here where I'm bending the left knee and grabbing the left foot with the left hand. To stretch out the front of my shoulders and the hip. As you press the foot into the hand gently, but being very careful, keeping the lower back long. We just take one more breath here. And turn into all fours. Bring the hands and knees onto the mat. Stick the right leg to the back. Take a big inhale as you squeeze the right glute. And step the right foot to the front into long lunge position, but low lunge. I'm replacing the right hand with the right foot. Sweep the arms up into crescent moon. Take a big inhale. Slight back bend if it's already there as you exhale. Bend the right knee slightly. Let's hold it for another breath. Make sure there is no back pain. Lengthen up, inhale. Runner's lunge, bringing the fingertips onto the mat, lifting the back knee off once you've tugged the toes. Let's shift forward and backward, checking that the right knee is above the right ankle. Draw your belly button in and sweep up into crescent lunge if you're ready. Take your time. Big inhale. Sink deep into the stance if it's there. Exhale. Squaring hips, releasing shoulders from the ears. Let's put the right hand onto your lower back. Sweep the left fingertips even higher. And maybe another back bend if it's there without losing your balance. Let's turn into a warrior two. I'm sweeping left hand to the back, left heel flat, releasing right fingertips to the front. Stay high for a split second just to check your stance. Tuck your tailbone, release the shoulders from the ears and sink deep. Left toes pointing out to the left side, tucking tailbone. Let's reverse and bind. Right arm up, left hand behind you. Maybe try and find the top of your right thigh. Take a breath here to sink deep into the stance. Right elbow straight to reach behind you. Taking a long stretch here. Five-pointed star. Release the arms. Straighten the knees, which should be a nice relief. Turn the feet parallel. Reach up, inhale. And sweep to the mat. Taking your time. Generous bending the knees. And find a stretch. I'm going to lengthen the spine one more time. Halfway inhale. Exhale forward. Take a couple more breaths. See if you need to wiggle or you're happy to hold the stance static. Checking with your joints, hips, knees, ankles, neck, back. Let me do a twist. You're going to turn away from the camera. Right hand, fingertips stay on the mat, right elbow straight. And start reaching the left fingertips to the sky. Have a generous bend in the knees to start with. I'm looking for a nice twist in the back. Stack the shoulders. Stay here or put your left hand onto your lower back. And you might be able to find your right inner thigh with your left fingertips. You might need to bend your knees more. And then pivot the left shoulder up. Only if it feels okay on the left shoulder and elbow. Think about long back again. Your next inhale, release the left fingertips up to the ceiling. And walk the hands to the back of the mat, side lunge onto the left heel. I'm turning toes out, taking my time to walk over. And find a first side lunge. Left knee, toes are pointing the same way, tracking. Keeping left elbow on the inside of the left knee. Right knee straight to protect the joint. And long back. Let's hold for one more breath. See if you can take the hands off the mat straight away, but it might be early days. And give me another wide-legged forward foot, hands flat, bum up. Turning the feet parallel. One more halfway lift if you want to set up your spine. And just a quick stretch. Walk towards the front of the mat. Frame your front foot, runner's lunge. Bend your right knee and check that the right knee is above the right ankle. Left hand flat, and there's the other star pose. Drop the left knee, pivot on the left knee, heel to bum, and push the right foot back. Find another star pose. Stack the shoulders, draw the belly button in, lift the right heel hip level. Let's do one more opening in the hips, bending the right knee, grabbing the right foot again, just like the other side, and a gentle push into that hand, as long as you make sure your tailbone is still pointing to the back of the mat and you're not collapsing into your lower back. Release into star pose and turn into high plank. Hover the right foot if you can, just for a breath. Keeping shoulders above the wrist, drawing the belly button in. And I'm tucking right toes under, dropping the knees and sit back into child's pose. Knees hip distance, and I'm still moving. I'm reaching the arms towards the front, coming through around it back in here. Drop the hips and either open up into cobra or maybe sink onto your front. So you need to lift back up again into mini cobra or maybe full cobra. Sit back into child's pose. We do a couple more rounds. Inhale, come forward in a rounded back. Exhale, drop the hips, maybe sink forward. Roll your shoulder blades together as you open the collarbones. Mini cobra or full cobra, inhale. Sit back into child's pose. Exhale. Last time. Find your downward dog in your own time. And pedal your heels. Bump side to side. Long neck, long arms. Shoulders are stretching. Walk to the front of the mat, yogic squat. Sit your bum down. Take about 3 breaths. If you manage to lift the hands off the mat, circle into wrists to release the tension. Make a fist, extend your fingers a few times. Check that your neck is not under pressure, releasing the shoulders away. Let's go for your other side straight away. Left hand flat, step the left foot to the back. Revolving side lunge, but I'm keeping the left heel up to the sky, reaching the right arm up. Make sure your right toes are turning out to the side. Just a very gentle rotation on the shoulders and back. Let's do the star pose again. Dropping the left knee, pull the heel to the bum pivot and push the right foot to the back. Hover it hip level. We are going to deal with your glutes this time. Stack the shoulders and hips. Flex your right foot. Make sure your kneecap is pointing in front of you and pump your right heel up to the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7. Draw the belly button in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to all fours. Drop the right knee onto the mat and step the left foot to the front. Replace your left hand with your left foot into low lunge. Make sure you're tramlining the left heel and the right knee. Sweep up into crescent moon. Inhale. Squeeze your right glute, draw the belly button and see if there is a back bend. Exhale. Hold it for another breath. Straighten up, inhale. Runner's lunge. Sweep the hands down, lift the back knee off once you have tucked your right toes. Once your right knee straight, shift forward and backward. And then draw the belly button in and sweep the arms up into crescent lunge. Check that your left knee is above the left ankle. Sink deep if you're ready. And release the shoulders from the ears. Slide tucking the pelvis will protect your back. I have left hand on the lower back. Reaching the right fingertips higher. And maybe giving it a slide back bend. Release into warrior two, right heel flat, and open your arms in a T. Dropping tailbone away, sitting low if you can, releasing shoulders from the ears. Make sure your right toes are pointing up to the side, left toes to the front. Reverse and bind, left arm up, right hand behind you. See if you can find the top of your left thigh. And take a moment here to stretch left elbow straight. For your next inhale, 5-point is start straightening both legs, feet parallel. Sweep the arms up in here. And exhale, forward towards the mat. Again, still going slow. Giving your hamstrings, inner thighs some time to stretch. Maybe one more halfway lift if you want. And hold your forward foot for a couple of breaths. Left hand under your chest, start straightening the left elbow and opening the right fingertips up to the sky to find that rotation in the spine. Bend your knees so you can think about the flat back. If you want more right hand behind you on the lower back, maybe try and find the left inner thigh and even more rotation of the right shoulder up to the sky. Any joint pain in the shoulder, please release it. Release the right arm up on your inhale and sit into a side lunge onto the right heel, turning toes out. Take your time to walk the hands over. Exhale. This is your first one. Taking your time. Checking that the right knee and toes are tracking. Your left knee is protecting the joint by straightening and the quads working. Lengthening the back, maybe lifting the hands off your mat if it's already there, and gently pushing the right knee outward with your right elbow. Let's walk through a wide-legged forward fold, hands flat, bum up. Just a quick stretch there, maybe hold it for a breath. And frame your left foot in a runner's lunge in the front of the mat. Make sure your right hand is flat so we can find your other star pose. I'm dropping right knee, heel to bum, pivot, left foot to the back. I'm still in a star pose because I want to deal with the glutes on the other side. Stack shoulders, hips, tuck pelvis, lift the left foot slightly higher than your hips and flex the left foot. And when you feel the glutes, pump your left heel up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn into a high plank and see if you can hover your left foot just for a breath. Shoulders above the wrist, high tummy. Tug the left toes under. Drop your knees, sit back into child's pose. Take a big inhale, spread the fingertips, come forward through a rounded back. Drop the hips, maybe sink onto your front. Open into a back bend, cobra upward dog. Maybe if you're ready, find child's pose. You might be ready for a downward dog, but you are going to do that twice more. Come forward, high plank, find the core muscles. See if you want to do a chaturanga, sink through. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, child's pose still is good, or find downward dog. Do that one more time before we hold the downward dog for a stretch. Come forward, inhale. Exhale, drop the hips or sink through. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Find child's pose or downward dog. And then once you found it, we are going to hold your downward dog for 3 breaths. Or excellent time to take a break in child's pose. feet hip distance in the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's just then go forward, hang your head. As you've got the hand balance here, if you want it. I've got crane, feet hip distance, hands shoulder distance. If you like crow, wider feet, that's good. I'm lifting onto tippy toes, pressing fingertips into the mat so the skin underneath my nails are white. Pressing the kneecaps onto the triceps, tipping the weight forward. I'm rounding the back, drawing belly button in, and then maybe bringing my heels up to the bum. Meet me in a forward fold with the feet hip distance. Once you're there, inhale into a flat back, no rush. Finish it off, exhale, forward fold. And let's come into a standing position, bending knees, rounding the back. And slowly come on. Sweep up, inhale. Side bend to your left on your exhale. Not that it matters, we are doing both sides. Inhale back to center, side bend to the bend to the other side. Come back to center. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hands to the heart and have a sip of water. How are we doing? Give me a thumbs up, down on any nice or good gesture. You can't hear me or you can't see me. Put your mic on for a sec. You can't hear me. How is that now? Is that better? Better? Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Sorry about that. Better? Yeah? I've turned off my microphone. It's not Zoom. I think it's me. Right. Come to the front of your mat, please. And think about yogic squat. So we are starting it again. I'm giving you the previous options and harder options if you want. I'm turning the toes out. I'm already thinking about that wide squat. Sweep up, take a big inhale. Interlace the fingers in the back, exhale. Opening the chest, bending the knees, inhale, preparing for a forward fold. And when you're ready, drop the head and shoulders. Take 3 long breaths. Lengthen the shoulders, drop the little fingers to the mat. Yogic squat, I'm releasing the hands, I'm turning the toes out. Now see if you want to reach the hands towards the front. Still pressing your knees outward with the strength of your glutes, but you might have an overhead squat. Biceps by the ears reaching high. Elbows into the knees is still good. Make sure you release the tension from your shoulders, from your neck. Revolving side lunge, right hand on the mat. Right foot steps back. Straight away, I'm flicking the right heel over on the outside of the right foot, but turning the left toes out and I'm reaching left arm up. I'm dropping the right hip towards the mat, reaching left fingertips towards the right heel. Inhale. Exhale, lift back up and see if you want to go into a side plank by lifting the left knee off. And I'm hovering the left knee, bending the left knee. Hips come high. But you can always stay in that position. The left foot is going to support you. And have a little think. Option to go into all fours, drop the left knee and step the right foot to the front. Option 2 is to do a fallen triangle, left hand flat, left foot reaches out, popping it onto the mat, and I'll meet you in the front because I'm stepping the right foot over the left foot in line with the left heel of the hand. The right foot is in the front, and I'm stepping the left foot back to the middle of the mat. And then once you're there, sweep the left arm up to the sky and the right hand on the mat. And we should all meet here. High lunge, and we are reversing the twisted high lunge. Right foot in the front, left arm up to the sky. Take one more breath, and let's reverse the warrior straight away. Left heel flat, sweep the right arm up and bind. Left hand behind you, finding the top of your right thigh. Sink deep into the front knee. I'm adding to it. Take one more little stretch. And side angle, holding the bind. Right elbow on the knee with me if you want, or reach on the inside of the knee. Turn the left shoulder up. Bend the right knee. Feel free to stay here. Otherwise, we've got balance coming. Half moon pose. Reaching right fingertips towards the front of the mat. See if you can hold the bind. Take off and lift the left foot behind you. Flex the left foot out to the side of the room. Anytime you need to release the bind, please feel free. If you're holding it, brilliant. Make sure you turn your left shoulder up to the sky. You tug the pelvis. You lift your left heel slightly higher than your hip. Now I give you one more little challenge here. I'm bending the right knee. And I'm putting the right fingertips around the ear. Before I'm stepping into another reversed warrior. So take your time to step the left foot all the way to the back. Sweep the right arm up. I'm still holding the bind, I know. Take a big inhale. Now you either go into wide-legged forward fold or sit into the back of the mat, into a side lunge on an exhale. I'm still holding the bind, and I'm reaching the right hand to the left ankle. Now you have the option here, if you're staying high, release the bind and try and open your chest out. It's quite hard to do. If you manage to sit your bum all the way to the mat, maybe even popping the right bum cheek onto the mat, you can either open or reach the left fingertips towards the right heel foot to stretch and turn the left armpit to the sky. Try not to let the left knee drop. Push it back outward behind you. And we are all going to meet in a side lunge. So slowly, wherever you're coming, bring the hands back to the heart. And then in your own time, maybe going through a wide-legged forward fold. Frame your right foot in a runner's lunge. If you don't need the wide-legged forward fold, stay low and sit over. Sweep the arms, turn the hips. You're framing the right foot. Left hand flat. We've got another side plank. Drop the left knee for star. We are going to go into a wild thing afterwards. I'm flicking left heel over, pushing the right foot to the back. I'm hovering the right knee again, bent. And if you want to pop the right foot behind you, there is your wild thing. And open up if you want. For 3. For 2. For 1. 3-legged high plank. Right hand flat, hovering the left foot. And there is your chaturanga, whether it's 3-legged or not, it's up to you. Inhale forward, exhale sink through. Inhale cobra or upward dog. Meet me downward dog. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, yogic squat in the front. Take a moment to lift the chest, maybe the arms. Lengthen through the back, glutes, pushing your knees outward. Other side, left hand flat. Left foot steps back Turning right toes out. Drop the left foot out to the side so you're on the outside edge of the left foot. Reach the right arm up. Lift the hip high. Feel free to stay here. I'm dropping the left hip to the mat first. Inhale. Make sure your neck is long. Left elbow straight. Exhale, lift back up. Stay here or side plank. I'm just hovering the right knee. This is just a preparation to flip around into fallen triangle. Listen again. You have the option to put the right hand onto the mat. Put the right knee under your right hip and step the left foot to the front. Or turn all the way around. Extend the right leg out. Pop it onto the front, onto the mat. And step the left foot over. So your left foot comes to the front of your mat in line with your right heel of the hand. And then once you're there, right foot steps back in the middle of the mat. And I'm sweeping the right arm up, left hand on the lower back. Reversing a twisted lunge. Inhale as you reach up. Hold it here for a second. Let's reverse the warrior. Right heel flat, cartwheel around. Left arm goes up. And you can bind with the right arm. Keep bending the left knee. See if you can find the top of your left thigh with the right hand. Side angle. Left elbow onto the knee. I'm holding the bind. Turning right shoulder up, lengthening the crown of the head towards the front of the mat. Stay here or balance, half moon pose, still holding the bind if you can. Left fingertips reach. Take off, lift the right foot. Flex the right foot out. Lift it higher than your hip. Tuck your pelvis under. Turn your right shoulder higher to completely stack the hips, shoulders. Option for strength in the left hamstrings to bend the left knee first and maybe bring the left fingertips around the ear. Try and hold it for a breath. And we reverse the warrior one more time. Bend the left knee and step the right foot to the back. I'm still holding the bind. I know. Left fingertips up, inhale. Side lunge onto the right heel. Start transferring the weight to the back of the mat. Your right heel. Start sitting down. Take your time. Take your time. See if you can reach the left fingertips to the right ankle. See if you can reach all the way, sit all the way down. Or stay higher. And see if you can reach your right arm up. Now I've released the bind. Or maybe sit down. You can use the hands around the left thigh to pop the bum cheek onto the mat. And just stay here. Or if you're reaching left hand to the right ankle, right arm up. And maybe stretch the side of your right side of your core. Hold for another breath. Let's meet in a side lunge, still on the right heel. So start untangling. And there is your option to go through your wide-legged forward fold. Or stay low and meet me in the front of the mat, left foot, framing the left foot in runner's lunge. And there is your side plank into wild thing, right hand flat. You can drop the right knee now, flick the heel. Push the left foot to the back, left arm up. And go into your back bend if you want the wild thing. Left foot on the mat behind you. And open up. One more breath here. Find three-legged high plank. If you're ready for your chaturanga, do not wait for me. I'm hovering the left foot. Or tuck them under. Inhale, forward, exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take another breath. Feet hip distance in the middle of the mat. Step or hop on your next exhalation. Inhale, halfway lift. You have the choice to stretch in a forward fold. Or see if you want to tip into your hand balance. Crane. or sit your bum down into crawl. Have a play. If you feel confident or adventurous, you've got the chaturanga to jump through and meet me in a forward fold. Make sure you use your breath. Make sure you're safe on the lower back. And then once you're meeting me in a forward fold, take one more little stretch and come up slowly, rounding the back. Take your time. Let's take a side bend again. Inhale. Side bend to the right, but it doesn't matter. Other way, inhale. Side bend to your left. Doesn't matter. Back to center, take a stretch. Hands to the heart. Quick sip if you need it. We've got one more round. A little bit faster, guys. Are you okay? There's a lot going on there. Can we follow? Right. Let's do that then. Think about yogic squats. So my feet are already wider. We are going a little bit faster, so you can leave out bits if you find them a little bit too tricky on the joints. Sweep up, inhale. Interlace the fingers behind your hips. Exhale. Open the heart. Inhale, bending the knees already. Fold. Exhale. One more breath. Release the hands, yogic squat or overhead squat. I'm turning toes out. Flattening the back, find the arm position. Hold it for one more breath. Revolving side lunge, revolving skandasana, right hand on the mat, right foot back. I'm flicking onto the outside edge of the right foot already. Left arm up. See if you want to drop your hip, right hip to the mat, inhale. Lift back up and straight away just lift the left knee into a side plank if you want. Fallen triangle, left hand on the mat. Turn around, extend the left foot out if you want the triangle, or drop the left knee onto the mat. Right arm up. Meet me in a reversed twisted lunge. Right foot steps to the front of the mat. Bring the left toes back to the middle of the mat and sweep the left arm up to the sky. Right hand on your lower back or left hamstrings. Sweep up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's reverse the warrior. Left heel flat. Right arm up. Big inhale. See if you want to bind with the left hand behind you. Side angle, right elbow on the knee. Keep the bind as long as you can, or reach on the inside of the right knee. Stay here or balance, half moon. Right fingertips come to the mat. Lift the left foot. Find the balance. Take the challenge if you want. Bend the right knee first, right fingertips around the ear. Nice and controlled. Step into one more reversed warrior. Left foot steps back. Right fingertips reach up, inhale. Side lunge onto the back of your mat. Sitting over to the left heel. Sit as low as you wish. I'm sweeping right hand to the left ankle. Whenever you want, release the bind. See if you can pop your right bum cheek onto the mat. I'm sorry, I'm turning my back on you. And see if you want to release left fingertips up and over, which is lovely on the shoulder joint now. Hold for one more breath. Come back to your side lunge on the left heel still. Have a little think. Runner's lunge on the right foot. Take your time. Go through wide-legged forward fold or sit low. Sweep around. Turn the hips. Square your hips. Lovely. Left hand flat, side plank into wild thing. Drop the left knee or flick the left heel over. I'm lifting right knee. Maybe pop the right foot behind you to open the hips into wild thing. And hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. Hold it for 1. Come back through 3-legged high plank. Don't wait for me. If you've got the chaturanga there, straight away go for it or leave it out. Right foot is hovering. Meet me in downward dog. Inhale, look to the front. Yogic squat in the front, exhale. As soon as you're there, find the arm position, whether it's overhead squat, so you're okay. Left hand flat, left foot steps back, other side. Stay here or drop the left heel over. Reaching the right arm up. Drop the hip if you want on your next inhale. Lift it back up and at the same time, lift the right knee, foot off for a side plank to hold. There is your fallen triangle if you want it. Right hand on the mat. Good time to drop the right knee on the mat. But I'm turning all the way around. Right foot on the outside of the mat. Left arm up if you want. Left foot steps over the right ankle to the front of the mat. And shift the right toes back to the middle of the mat. And now reverse the twisted lunge. Right arm up to the sky. Left hand on your lower back or your right hamstrings. Sink deep into the stance. Reverse the warrior. Right heel flat. Left arm up. See if you want to bind with the right hand. On your next exhalation, you've got left leg in the front. Side angle. Left elbow on the knee or the inside of the knee. I'm still holding the bind. Turning right shoulder up. Feel free to stay. Or there is your balance coming. Left fingertips reach towards the front of your mat. Take off. Lift the right foot. Turn the right toes out. Stack the shoulders, hips, draw belly button in. Feel the strength in the right glute as well, lifting the leg. Option, make sure you bend the left knee, protect your hamstring. Left fingertips come around the ear. Fix your gaze. Step into another reversed warrior slowly. Bend the left knee. Step the right foot back and sweep the left arm up. Inhale. And finally, there is your side lunge. Take your time onto the right heel. Take your time to find the depth, find the stretch, find the arm position. I'm reaching left fingertips to the right ankle. See if you can sit your bum down. You don't have to. You can always release the right hand when you're ready. Or just do a side lunge where you feel the stretch. I'm coming back into a side lunge. Let's meet in the front of your mat, framing the left foot. Stay low or go through wide-legged forward foot. Careful on the joints. Meet me in the front. Square the hips. Right hand flat. Star pose if you want to drop the right knee or flick the heel. Lift the left knee, left arm up. And there is your back bend if you want it. Left foot on the mat. And turn the shoulders up. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. Hold it for 1. 3-legged high plank. Hovering the left foot. Feel free to go through it anytime you're ready. Don't wait for me. Inhale forward. Exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Meet me in downward dog. This is your last one. Hold it for 3 breaths. Stretching the back of your shoulders and dropping the knees onto the mat. This is option number 1. Thread the needle. Reach the left arm underneath the right armpit. See if you can drop your left shoulder, back of your left shoulder on the mat. And I'm reaching right fingertips towards the front. Dropping right armpit to get the stretch in the back of my left shoulder blade. The option is to do exactly the same with the upper body, but lie down on your tummy. Make sure you're careful with your back so the hips are facing the mat. Left arm threads through. Right fingertips reach to the front. Find a position and take 5 long breaths. Slowly tangling out of the position. You might need a child's pose first, or stay on your front if you're already there, or stay on all fours and change over. Threading the right arm underneath the left. Make sure you can feel the back of your right shoulder stretching, reaching left fingertips to the front. Make sure there is no back pain or joint pain. Settle into it and breathe. And release out of it. Meet me in a Sphinx to stretch out your stomach. So pop down onto your stomach if you're not there already. Elbows under the shoulders for me. I'm now spreading the fingertips on the mat, rolling shoulders back to open the chest, the collarbones to the front. And if you gently pull your elbows backward without moving your hips, you should feel the stretch in the front of your body, your stomach. If some of you prefer the straight arms, try that. See which one works on the stomach to lengthen it. Relax, quad stretch. Feel free to roll onto your side, reach one arm back, or if you feel that you want both, knees together, hips on the mat, good. And I'll give you even a third option. If you want to sit back into reclining hero, then push the bum back. Make sure you sit your bum in between the ankles without joint pain, moving the calves out of the way, tucking the pelvis. And then see if you want to take it far back. Maybe hands, maybe elbows, maybe onto your back. Find a position that works on your joints. No back or knee pain. If you're doing one leg at a time, take another couple of breaths and then change sides. Scooping the tummy, whatever position you're in, should protect your back and stretch the front of your thighs. Make sure you change sides if you've been doing one leg. And maybe hold the other side. The same stretch for another 3 to 5 breaths. Feel the front of your thighs, your quad muscles. Gently start easing out of your stretch. And meet me in downward dog. Wherever you're coming from, please do it slowly. Make sure you engage the core first. Make sure you're safe on the joints. Maybe pedal it out in a downward dog. Guys, it's 1:52 on mine. Pop yourself onto your bum. Let's do a forward fold with the feet together. Having straps is a good idea right now if you feel you need them. Push out of the way, knees bent or straight, long back on your inhale, and exhale, fold. Checking in with lower back, no pain. Relaxing the back of your neck. Taking 5 long breaths. Start easing out of your stretch. And you've got the glute stretch. Feel free to go onto your back at this point, or if you like pigeon, I'm just bending left knee in front of me and pushing the right foot to the back. You might not like that. Go onto your back and put the left heel across the right thigh to find the glute stretch. Make sure you wiggle around so that you're not feeling the joints. You're feeling the left glute or whichever side you're doing. The outsides of your hips. I tend to level the hips in pigeon. And then fold as far as you wish, or find your glute stretch. Try and settle into it and take 5 long breaths. Take your time to change sides. Feel free to stay on your back. Feel free to change over any way you want. I'm just swapping the legs around, right foot in the front, pushing the left leg in the back. If you're staying with pigeon, find a position, no joint pain. Feeling the other glute, the outside of your hip the other way. Find a breath. Find a stretch. As you're easing out of the glute stretch, you've got one more spinal twist. If you're on your back, stay there. If you're coming from pigeon, slowly make your way onto your back. I like figure 4, but choose your own. Right leg long. Once you're on your back, pull the left knee into the chest. Push the hips to the left side slightly if it feels good. And bring the left knee across to your right. Turn the head to the left, keeping left shoulder blade flat. Take a few deep breaths. Slowly change sides. Take your time to pull across through the middle, very slowly. And whatever you choose, I've got left leg long, hips to the right slightly, right knee into the chest before sending it across to the left. Turning the head to the right. Right shoulder blade is staying flat if you can. Stay lying on your side, draw the knees up to your chest, bring the arms over. And find your seated position to finish with your neck stretches. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Back through the center, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Back through the center, between the chest. And roll your head around. Change direction. Lift your gaze and sweep the arms up once you've done both sides. Inhale. Exhale into the heart. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.